preparing on me, they take some good grapplers, but all these good grapplers and BJJ guys, they use only arms.
Islam gonna ride Oliveira like his horse.
But with me, when they come to fight with me and when cage closed, they realize I don't use arms. I use my hips, I use my legs.
Hey guys, so in this video, we're gonna be going over Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov's foot and leg positioning, what he does in MMA, how you can apply it to grappling, and how his whole emphasis is on using his feet like hands.
Today, Smesh.
Quick PSA, I am not sponsored by Bioprotein Tech. I was simply trying their product for the last month and they sent me a really cool rash guard and I really like the rash guard, but I am not sponsored by them. If you all want to know my full review of their product, just DM me on Instagram. Under any MMA, grappling or wrestling rule set, what you see done at the highest levels by all of your favorite athletes, they're pretty much using their legs more than their hands. So what I mean by that is, more specifically, they're using their feet like hands. Now that means we can pick up objects or our opponent's limbs with our feet like this. We can pick their limbs up or control them with the back of our thighs and our shins. We can start to use our calves and our shins to pick up their limbs or their head, etc., etc., etc. Or we can literally just use our toes to control them. That's what we mean by using our feet like hands, and we can apply it to multiple different situations, be it in a MMA, wrestling, or a grappling, submission grappling context.
People watch my fights, they don't understand what I use. They like a lot of like my opponents, I hear they say when he on top of me, I feel like he's like heavyweight, you know?
Yep.
But they don't understand, but I'm same weight.
Hey everybody, one way we can train to use our feet like hands is to start off in a standing wizard position. From here, the player with the underhook is going to start with a Kosoto hook wrapped around our opponent's Achilles. You have two jobs. Keep this hook and drive your weight into the side and back of their knee. You are not trying to destabilize and take them to the ground. All you're trying to do is make them carry your weight. His main job is going to be to free his leg.
John's got the clinch, and he's got him down immediately. That is absolutely huge.
So about a minute in, Jones is able to get Gane to the canvas. We'll see how Gane is able to respond here.
Yeah, that is absolutely huge.
You see Jones trying to keep his weight back on the hips of Cyril Gane.
Another game you can play is to start in a standard dogfight position. You're going to take your Kosoto hook and take the ankle out again. From here, you're driving your hips into the back of your opponent's knee, and all you're trying to do is keep his knee and foot trapped. From here, he's just trying to free his leg any way he can. You are not trying to sweep. You are not trying to submit. You are just trying to make him carry your weight.
He does such a good job of using his legs to wrap up your legs.
Like when I take down someone, like people, they just try to hold with your arms, you know, like but legs they free. They don't do with legs. But I like use my legs, but I like use my arms for ground and pound. Like for example, if I put here, if I come mount, I don't use my arm to just hold him.
Yep.
You know, I use my legs.
So if you notice my thighs in this position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze my thighs around my opponent's hamstring. And from here, if my opponent tries to move, he can, but it slows him down a lot. In an MMA context, we'd start throwing for elbows and hammer fists, but under a grappling context, we would start working towards double underhooks or a cross face and an underhook.
Notice how I'm just squeezing my thighs and my tippy toes are hanging off the ground. You can play a game from chest to chest half guard just working on the dexterity of your legs and trying to increase your isometric ability. Notice as I pummel my right foot in, I am not focused on passing the guard at all. Watch my ass drop to my heels. I am strictly focused on controlling with my legs right now. Watch my ass drop to my heels again.
Shake your ass. Watch yourself.
Watch Khabib's legs. Notice as he's squeezing his thighs together. He's never really giving RDA a chance to elevate him with his feet. He's always squeezing the top of the IT band, the quad, the thigh, and he's keeping him pinned to the mat.
The minute my ass touches my heels, I'm basically sitting on my opponent's lower body. If you really want to improve this skill, you have to play games with that intention in mind. Notice in this round, I'm still starting off in the same position. My thighs are pinching each other, I am on my tippy toes, and I'm trying to control Davoud with my legs. And you'll notice Davoud do something differently this time by getting his right foot inside my legs and getting inside position. But it doesn't matter to me. The minute he gets his right foot in, I drop my ass to my heels. And my right Achilles is still pinned to the back of Davoud's left knee. Even as I go into this very weird yoga pose, my ass is still dropping to my heels. Remember, as situations and environments change, the precursors never do.
If you land one good punch on his face, sometimes fight finish, you know. How are you gonna put him on this position? With your leg. Just hold him with your leg and punch him face. He have to protect himself, you know. Okay, if I come on top, he gonna do something. Okay, he gonna do something, okay? If I can take his wrist, I can make him flat, or I can punch him, but I can do whatever with my arms, okay? Okay, I use my legs, I use my hips.
So, pay attention to my thighs. I'm gonna squeeze my thighs, but I'm gonna drop my ass to my heels. Because by dropping my ass to my heels, I'm able to pin my opponent's knees together, just like a cowboy movie where they have the rope wrapped around the knee to slow him down. Also, pay attention to my foot positioning. I'm using my feet to pin the back of my opponent's Achilles, which also helps me control him because I'm at the end of the lever. I can even start to wrap his legs up with a Senkaku or a triangle and drop my ass even lower. Try to move. And control him. I'm not doing several different things. I'm making two movements while focusing on the back of my opponent's knee and his feet specifically. Guys, if we start to go into headquarters, right, what we can do is from here, I drop my ass to my heels, right, which helps me drop my weight. And from here, I'm always trying to battle for top positioning over my opponent's Achilles. So trying to move, just all my weight is on my hands, and I use my feet in this position way more than I would my hands themselves. And I can even go back to transitioning into my other passing positions. Pay attention to my left foot. After I pummel my right foot on top of my opponent's ankle, I take my left foot and I jam it into the side of his knee. That's going to prevent him from being able to use his mobility as well as he should be able to. And from here, I can drop and lower my ass at will in order to change the direction or drop my weight low.
Like, time, go. You escape. Okay, I just hold him. Okay, if he escape. If he escape, okay. 1-0. Okay. Now go, begin. Just don't touch with your arm. Don't touch your arm. Like, go. Like, this is very good exercise. Okay.
What Khabib does from his mount positions is he literally takes his knees and his thighs and his hamstrings and squeezes them together. Now, to develop his kind of isometric grip, you're gonna need decades in grappling to do so. But in the beginning, it's gonna hurt you and it's gonna make you fatigued because you're not used to using your thighs and your upper leg like hands, but you eventually will get used to it.
I can tell you here, like
No, I stay
that's
top.
what I want to
look,
talk.
look. I don't take like when I take over like legs, I cannot stay here. Look, I have to put pressure here. Look, I have to put pressure. Look. Now you feel pressure.
Yeah.
What you have to do? You have to escape it.
Yeah.
When you go here, look, son. Look, same thing.
Yeah,
your
my
face, your face. Because I stay like that because you have to escape your legs. Escape. Look. I punch your face. I punch you. Or maybe I put pressure on you. Or maybe from here I come to mount. Because like for grappling guys, BJJ guys, after submission or after choke, much better place is like mount or take it back. You know, you can come here.
Man, that's it.
Do you notice how my back of my calf is targeted at the back of my opponent's hamstring here and his knee, and my feet are on the inside of my opponent's Achilles, which prevents him from starting to move. Now, what he can do is straighten his legs out completely, make them flat, prevent me from actually being able to get anything. But that works in my favor. Watch my ass. From here, I'm gonna take my ass just like we've done in every single other thing in this video, and I'm gonna drop it low. Now you can drop it low before or after you get the legs. It's your choice, you have to play around with it. So in this case, I will catch the legs with a triangle, or just get my foot and my calf behind my opponent's knees, and immediately sit low on his knees. So from here, if my opponent tries to wiggle out, it's very, very tough for him to. The minute he starts to turn to his side, freeze. The minute he starts to turn to his side, do you understand he lets us and gives us space to start locking up the triangle completely, and I take my left foot and I take top position over his feet. From here, if my opponent tries to move, it's even harder. If I take my foot and instead of going on top, I go on the side of my opponent's Achilles. I don't care which foot I aim for, I'm always trying to target feet and knees, and I drop and sit my ass low on his knees, try to move. It's very, very hard for him. Under an MMA context, we're gonna start throwing elbows and hammer fists. Under some sort of jiu-jitsu context, if he stays flat, we work towards, right, we get chest to chest and we work towards double underhooks and climb up the body. Or if he starts turning to his side like he was doing before, he gives us access to all types of extended arm positions. Now, I don't have to go into head and arm guillotines. I can start taking the back, but the cue, or the trigger in this case, is going to be the head glued to the arm. Another game you can play to increase your skill level of using your feet more like hands is going to be a low mount game. From here, you're going to sit on your opponent's knees, which technically means you're going to sit on your ankles. You do not have to lock up the triangle. I don't care if you do. You can literally keep your foot on the side of your own calf, and from here, your job is just to hold your opponent with just your legs. That's it. His job is going to be to free his knee line and recover his guard. If you can take away one thing from this video, it's to use your feet and your knees and every part of your lower body more like your hands. Hey guys, thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And just remember, the one thing you need to take away from this video is to use your feet and knees and your lower body more like hands in any way that you can think of. Because a lot of what grappling is going to be lower body.